Hey, what's going on, peeps? Thank you for checking in with JR's reviews and how-tos. Today I will be installing and replacing the speakers on my 2013 FX150. Um, Honestly, I don't know the system. It's an awesome system as far as the screen, the radio, everything, touchscreen, everything's awesome. But I'll be honest with you, the sound is not well. I like to hear loud music and real clean, crisp, loud music. On my past cars that I've had, I've always changed out the speakers and ran amplifiers with pushing the door speakers and install like a subwoofer and so on, right? This truck, the F150, actually, like for its price point, I would imagine, the system would be really loud, really clean, you know what I mean? And I have a 2010 Maxima, and I'll tell you one thing, that system is just clean and it really sounds really good and it's loud. If you have the windows down and you're cruising, people can actually hear you from a good distance, and it sounds good. I mean, it don't have bass that's like just shaking the whole car, but it sounds really damn good. So the thing is, I want to change out the speakers on my truck just to have a better sound, and I'm going to be connecting an amplifier as well, pushing all 4 speakers, and I'll do that on a second video, and I'll show y'all how to do that. But for right now, I'm going to show y'all how to install the speakers on Ford FX150 step by step. It's super simple, and the rear door, it's simple as well. Actually it's more easier than the front doors. So what I have here are 6x8s. I went with Serwin Vega. They're actually they're 70 watts RMS, and that's exactly perfect for my amplifier, because my amplifier is pushing 75 watts RMS. So that's just perfect. I could almost just kind of crank it all the way up, almost, and just I'm gonna have super loud sound, and it's gonna be very clean, and that's just perfect. That's why I went with that. On other vehicles I've had up to there would be like 6x9s, and they're like almost like 120 watts RMS, and I'm telling you, they sound super loud. And they were the Kicker KS, and I love Kicker, but I went ahead and went with this because I already had an amplifier, which is it's a Pioneer, and it's a 4-channel that has 75 watts per channel. So anyway, so what you're gonna need here, check it out. You're gonna need a little flat screwdriver like this, with a very small flat end like this, and some needle nose pliers, some pliers right here, any type of scissors. I have these. They're little rugged construction scissors, just so you could peel your wire. Two, or you're gonna need eight of these butt splice connectors, electrical tape, a battery, or if you have a 9-volt battery, that'd be good, better actually, but if any battery like this would work. And gonna need an 8mm with an extension. Let's see, you have 6mm and a 732 sockets. A wire like this. I just got a simple wire. I just kind of give it a little bend like this, and I'm gonna show you the reason why right now. And I'm using this. You could use a ratchet, but I put this connection on here, and it's a little faster. But I mean, you could do it with a ratchet tool if you want. Okay. All right. Okay, so what we're gonna do here first, which is gonna be this tool right here, which is just a piece of wire, and all I did was just bend the tip, just like this. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. What you're gonna do, you're gonna open this here, right? And then if you get in right here, you can see this is gonna go right in like this, You're gonna open this at the same time with the other hand, and you're gonna go in here, get behind this little plastic little panel, go in there, and pop it out. It comes out super easy, I promise. And the reason for this, you don't want to use anything else because you're gonna beat this up or scratch it up. You know what I mean? So check it out. So there you go. See, this little panel kind of goes in there with this little groove in here, and it kind of goes that way, and it pops in when you put it back in. So all I did was put it back here and popped it back out. That's it. Okay, so that's out. Okay, so here is where you're gonna need your 8mm. It's gonna be for, you're gonna take that out, and you're gonna need your, let's see, this is the 6mm. Yep. And you're gonna take 1, 2. You're gonna take these 2 out. It's right at the bottom of the panel. And then once you got that out, you're gonna, this is where this comes in. I have this came with my Craftsman tool set, and I have different sizes of this. And the reason why I got this little small one right here is because right here, as you can see, right on this side right here, you're gonna go in, you're gonna push in and pop this out, and this little piece comes out, and you'll have another bolt in there. Okay, so now I got that out. We got the 2 on the bottom, and I forgot to mention, we're gonna need a 10mm, and this is to take out this one right here. All right, and so now we have all that taken out. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift this panel. We're gonna lift this door panel up, and we're gonna go behind there, and we're gonna take off we're gonna disconnect the electrical that runs this, and the small wire that goes to the actuator that lifts your lock up and down. Okay, and once you lift this up, as you can see right here, you got these little deals that go in your door right here, right? That's what holds it in place. So what I'll do is I'll sit the bottom ones in, and that'll help you work your door. Like, it kind of help, you don't have anybody helping you hold the door, so I'm doing this by myself. You know, kind of holds the door in place from you having to hold it up at the same time and, you know, disconnecting the deal, right? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna disconnect these 2 connectors right here, and we're gonna disconnect this right here, and this is where you're gonna need your needle nose pliers. Okay, so once I have those disconnected, this is where your needle nose pliers come in. Let me show you exactly. Check this out. Okay, so you see this right here? You have like some little ears right here, right? One on the right, one on the left. So where this comes in, you're gonna go in here, just like this. Here we go. So you're gonna go in, you're gonna line this up where they're like this, up and down, and you're gonna go in here and squeeze them. Once you squeeze it, don't get too crazy, just kind of squeeze them enough where this will pull out. Okay, so once you got that, this comes off, and I'll show you the next step right now. Okay, so once you squeeze that, this pulls out like that, right? All you gotta do, pull that this way, pick that up, and you're good. Now you can take your whole door off. Simple. Now we're going to take the speaker off, which I believe it's this one. It's going to be your 732s. You're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all 4 screws are out, and you just disconnect this connector. Okay, now what we're gonna do next, is probably cut this back. They do sell connectors for this on Amazon, which would be this one right here, and then it already comes with your wires, so you can hook up your speaker, and it might make it just a little bit easier. But if you don't want to spend no money on that, and I never needed them, because you're never gonna, you're probably just gonna keep these speakers anyway, because if you're upgrading, you're never gonna change them anyway. So what I would do, because you want to use these still, because if your speakers, like the speakers that are in here, they're still good. There's nothing wrong with them. I'm just changing them out because I don't like the way they sound, and I want to hook up an amplifier to some speakers that are gonna, accept that much type of RMS going through it. So check this out. So you're gonna go. I want to cut it maybe like, I want to say like about an inch, just in case. The reason why, an inch about from here this way, the reason why is because I can use this connector, and then if you want to sell the speakers, maybe someone else might need them, and you can sell it with this, if they don't have this, and sometimes it really makes no sense, and they're gonna have to buy it, and so anyway, so you want to cut back maybe about an inch, I'd say an inch and a quarter, something like that, and then we're gonna cut it, and we're gonna peel it. I'm gonna peel the wire, and where we cut it at, this is where the scissors come in, right here, and we're gonna cut through and give you some space to work. And I'm gonna do that right now, and I'll show you the way it looks like right now. Okay, so there we go. I went ahead and cut this off, as y'all can see right here. Let's see, maybe about an inch and a quarter, something like that. Inch and a half is fine. I don't want to get too crazy, because I want to add, that's just enough so I can peel this, or for a customer that's going to want to buy your old speakers, or you might want to use them on another car, whatever. And I don't want to go too far either, because these are going to be too far back, and you're going to have a lot of trouble working with it, in here. But that's pretty decent. Okay, here goes the next step. Okay, so you're on your old speakers. Oh, as you can see, this is the reason why these suck ass. Check it out. Sony, 25 freaking watts. You could already imagine how much that radio was pushing. And I don't want to find out, and I don't care, because I'm going to be hooking up the new stuff, and I know what's going to be going through my speakers. So anyway, so check this out. So what we're going to do here, we're going to peel this just like I did this right here. We're going to go ahead and peel these wires back up, so I can have a little bit of wire showing on each side, and I'm going to show you the reason why. Okay, so in my time, as many years I've been installing systems and radios and amplifiers and all kinds of crazy stuff through vehicles, for I don't know, over 20 years. So your factory speakers, they're not going to be like these speakers. That you have your positive and negative on it, so you know which one is. On your factory, you don't know what it is. You don't know what's positive and negative. You could probably Google, you can look in there and find out and see what wire is positive and negative that's coming from the radio. But you know what? You save yourself all that trouble, and you can guarantee 100% and find out what it is. Okay? Like that, when you connect your new wires right here, you know which one's going to be your positive and negative. Simple. Okay? So this is how you're going to find out. This is where your battery comes in. You got your positive and your negative. If you have a 12-volt battery, I kind of like it, the square ones, because the both connectors on the top, they're next to each other, so it's kind of easy to do this. So what you're going to do, you're going to put this, touch the one side and the other one with the other one. And what's going to happen, what you want to find out, when you touch it, the speaker, I would show you like this, but it's covered. So we're going to do it from the back side. Okay. So the speaker has to push out always. The speaker always pushes out, and that's the way your sound is when it's coming out of there. It's going outwards. So we're going to find out what's positive and negative. So I'm going to go like this because I don't know what's positive and negative here, and I want to make sure. So you go like this. If the speaker pushes out, well then, then that's positive on this side, negative, right? But if it doesn't, then you already know that's the other side, right? So you want to find out. You touch this, and if it pops out, well, that's going to be your positive. Okay, so what ended up happening here, this wire here, the white and orange, and then you got over here it's like a white and purple. Okay, so this ended up being the purple end up being the positive, and this orange one end up being the negative. As y'all can see, you got your, I know it's hard to see right now, but check this out. So, as I connect this, and you hear that sound, you can see the speaker, it's pushing out. So that means this is my positive. So now we know what's positive and negative on the factory wires. So now we're going to get rid of this. It's already pre-cut, but we're going to go ahead and get rid of this, and we're going to cut it, and we're going to peel it and make a nice clean one. That's about, maybe I would say about 3/8 long, something like that. Okay, so they're peeled now, and what I did, I just happen to have these here. You got some that are a little bit smaller in there, so it's for like a little thick, more, I would say more for the type of wire right here, right? It's a little thicker. But so what I do, I just kind of cut it a little bit longer and fold it so it could be thicker. And then I'll put it in here, shove it in there, and then you squeeze it with this. There's wire crimpers, but this works fine. Just squeeze it real tight. As you can see, here it goes, nice and tight. Squeeze that, and we're gonna connect the red to the positive, which we figured out which one was, and we're gonna put these in here, do the same thing, and squeeze it, and you should be good. And just to add, this is just not for this vehicle. This is just pretty much for any vehicle. You know what I mean? So you can do this. It's the same process. The only thing is, I'm doing this because it's just the way you take the door off on the FX150 or F150. But this process is just for any vehicle that you're going to change out the speakers. You can use this technique. Okay, so there you go. Easy. Your red to the white and purple, which we figured out was positive, and your negative to the white and orange. So now we got that done. Now what we're going to do, we're going to hook up our speaker, and what we're going to do is we have this long wire, and we're going to wrap it up kind of like this. So it won't be hanging out everywhere, and we want to keep it nice and short and tight down here. And after that, we're gonna do that. When we do this, we're gonna wrap it with electrical tape. Maybe like not too much, just a little bit, just to kind of hold it in place. If you have some zip ties, you can do that as well, but like I said, this is fine. Okay, so as y'all can see, I have this nice and wrapped up right there, and it's once you push in, you can see it's gonna stay on towards the door side. You know, you don't want something hanging out all the way back out there where the window drops down and so on. But that should be it. Now we're going to put it back and just put the screws back in right here. There we go, it's set. Now we're just going to screw them all in. Okay, so there you go. Speakers in. Perfect. So we're just going to put everything back. We're going to put the panel back up. You're going to put these back in. Just the way you took this out, you're going to put that back in. You put this in first, like this. pull back this way, and it's going to be really easy now, because you had to use your needle nose for this, but now you just push it in and you're done. And just put your panel back in just the way it came out. Put all your screws back in here, and then you're just going to pop this back in. Remember, you pull this back and this goes in this way, and it just pops in. You don't need no tool for that. Just pull this, push it in with your finger, and you're good to go. You got your 2 screws down here, and that should be it. Just the only thing is, when you do put it in, try to guide this through the hole right here, and that'll just go in, and it should drop in. You have all your, this is where those little arms go in, where it kind of grips the door so it can stay in place, and that's pretty much it. Now, as far as your rear door, it's the same process. It's even more it's even easier. You're gonna do the same thing. Pop this out, take that screw out, and the cool thing is, this door doesn't have this deal right here, so you don't have to take this out. And you have 2 screws down here, 1, 2, and 3. And this one right here, you take this off right here. You pop that off with, if you don't have one, you can use this right here. I use a chisel. What you can do, it's not gonna damage, because it comes off really easy. So what you want to, if you're afraid of kind of damaging some stuff, you can wrap this part right here with electrical tape or masking tape if you'd like. I mean, you really don't need to. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come in this way with the flat part out, and you're gonna go in, just pry up here, and this part comes off really easy. Once you got that part off, this whole deal just comes out, and you only have, I think, either 1 or 2 connectors down here. That's it, and they come off really easy. And just repeat the same process that we did on the other door, and it's the same thing, you know. And that's pretty much it right there. And there you go, folks. That's all pretty much completed. This is the left door, and that was the other door, the right door, and pretty much got them all done. It's very simple. So there you have it. And that's the way you replace your door speakers, pretty much on any vehicle. But this video was actually taken off the Ford F150 speakers. So y'all make sure and stay tuned for the connection of the amplifier. And the same process is going to work for any vehicle. Is just maybe taking off the panels might be a little different, but the same process as far as connecting your wires. It's the same thing. Okay, so thank you for checking in, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.